When the hammer-wielding intruder broke into the home owned by Nancy and Paul Pelosi, a source briefed on the investigation says he shouted, "Where is Nancy? Where is Nancy?" With the Speaker of the House in Washington, D.C., her husband Paul, home alone, was severely beaten. A Pelosi family member tells NBC News the suspect tried to tie Paul Pelosi up. He was hit in the head several times with a hammer, and it was Paul Pelosi who called 911. The intruder telling police as they arrived, "We are waiting for Nancy."
Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it.
The 82-year-old, married to the Speaker for 59 years, rushed to a nearby hospital and underwent emergency surgery after the savage attack at 2:27 a.m.
Our officers immediately tackled the suspect, disarmed him, took him into custody. The motive for this attack is still being determined.
Breaking into the couple's Tony Hillside home, their glass door shattered, police say David DePepe has been booked on several felonies, including attempted homicide. Paul Pelosi arrived at Zuckerberg San Francisco General, where he's suffering from blunt force trauma. A spokesperson for the Speaker of the House says Mr. Pelosi underwent successful surgery to repair a skull fracture and serious injuries to his right arm and hands. His doctors expect a full recovery.
I pray for Paul's recovery. This is tragic. Somebody literally broke into their home saying, "Where's Nancy?"
With the FBI, SFPD, and Capitol Police investigating, Nancy Pelosi has been the target of credible threats before. The Speaker has a protective security detail. Her husband does not.
When Speaker Pelosi is home here in San Francisco, residents say the area is crawling with security. This multi-million-dollar neighborhood shaken by the bloody attack.
I really don't know what to say because it's just so sad and frustrating.
Just days before the midterm elections, the president and lawmakers on both sides of the political aisle expressing outrage and extending their support to the Pelosis. Tonight, the Speaker of the House, the intended target, rushing to be near her husband as he begins his recovery.
And Miguel, as the Speaker's office says, Mr. Pelosi is in fact recovering tonight. What else do we know about the suspect?
Well, Lester, the 42-year-old suspect lives in Berkeley, which is not far from San Francisco. NBC News has discovered some of his online digital footprint. Online, he did express mixed ideology with extreme views. Again, there is no official motive for this attack.
Greetings and salutations, friends. Now, I cannot be the only one that saw this article about the Nancy Pelosi's husband's assault attack in their own home and thought, this is a bunch of bullshit. This is a red flag. This is a psyop. This is a false accounting of what's happened. So many red flags come up that they're not even trying to hide the bullshit anymore. Regardless, here's some of the things that I took time to write down from notes on why I thought it was sketchy in the red flags. First of all, the perpetrator, the guy that broke in and supposedly beat Paul Pelosi with a hammer, has no pictures, no mugshots. There's no picture of him on this news report. The only picture there is one picture, just one, and it's the same picture floating the internet. That's your first clue. Second, they've already labeled him a conspiracy theorist and a liberalist and all that stuff. So it states Pelosi has no security, right? But this big gated community with security guards and having to bust through the gate and having a code. How did this guy get into his neighborhood to begin with? Not let alone get into his house. How did this guy get into the neighborhood? Nah. And you can't tell me that he ain't got security. That's bullshit too. Specifically mentioned, verbatim, days before the election. So we're trying to garner some sympathy here. And the one that kicked it right in the bucket for me was saying that he is recovering and been at Zuckerberg Hospital. I'm sorry, I might just be out there in a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. Let's see what these cards say here. I'm really just going to, I think, ask 2 questions here. Let's see, what's the truth behind this reported Pelosi attack? My cat is playing with the lights. And what is the purpose and the agenda of the Pelosi attack? So what we got when it comes to the truth behind this reported attack is the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups shows someone with lots of options to choose from. It's divulging in wishful thinking, fantasies, living the lie. It shows the beginning stages of a new project. All right, well, what this says is, no, that's not true. Her husband wasn't attacked. It was used for some type of agenda. That was just one of the options that she had to choose from, was the attack. And the beginning stages of a new project, or divulge in wishful thinking, even a lie. I wonder if this wasn't some ploy to gain sympathy, because it's days before the election. Well, let's look at the agenda. The agenda is going to be the 9 of Cups. That's a wish card. It's foretelling a dream come true. It's a card of parties and entertainment. It's old tensions dissolving, flowing away with the waters of the past. And it's recognition, acclaim, and fame. And that's the agenda behind this red flag home breaking and entering attack. So I just never was one to believe anything Pelosi said. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this reading. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.